The psychology moves you need to master. Human behavior is fascinating. Every interaction we have is governed by subtle psychological currents, tiny moves and patterns that, when understood, can give us a remarkable edge in communication, influence, and connection. Today, we're going to explore 7 psychological techniques that can transform the way you interact with others. Whether you want to uncover the truth, win someone over, or navigate tense situations, these moves are subtle yet powerful. 1. Make them laugh before asking for the truth. One of the simplest yet most effective psychological techniques is humor. Laughter is a universal human response that lowers defenses, creates trust, and makes people feel more comfortable. When you want someone to open up or tell you the truth, leading with humor is incredibly effective. Imagine this. You suspect a friend is hiding something. Instead of confronting them with a serious or accusatory tone, you make a light-hearted joke. Suddenly, the tension dissolves. Your friend laughs, their brain releases feel-good chemicals like dopamine, and their defenses drop. In this state, people are far more likely to be honest. Humor doesn't just make the conversation enjoyable, it opens a doorway to the truth that no direct question can. 2. The triangle method, making someone fall for you. The triangle method is a subtle psychological trick rooted in perception and attention. It involves using body language to create an emotional triangle, tafif, of connection. Here's how it works. When talking to someone, direct your gaze between their eyes and mouth in a triangle pattern. Couple this with occasional leaning in and mirroring their gestures. This method works because humans are wired to respond to attentiveness and subtle mimicry. When you make someone feel seen on multiple levels, eye contact, facial expressions, body alignment, they start to associate you with comfort, attention, and safety. Over time, this attention builds attraction and rapport, sometimes even creating a feeling of romantic or deep emotional connection. It's subtle, but the results can be powerful. 3. People who give the best advice often have the most problems. This is a fascinating psychological paradox. The individuals who offer the wisest counsel are often those who have faced the toughest challenges. Life experience, hardship, and mistakes give people insights that theory alone cannot teach. When someone shares advice with you, notice the empathy and depth behind it. Often, the best advice is colored by personal struggle. Recognizing this can change how you receive guidance and also encourage you to approach people with gratitude and humility. Understanding that wisdom often comes from suffering is not just comforting, it also helps you differentiate between superficial advice and advice grounded in experience. 4. When you suspect someone is lying, maintain eye contact and stay silent. Lying is a complex social behavior. Most people try to fill silence with more words, especially when they feel scrutinized. If you suspect someone is being dishonest, one of the most effective strategies is counterintuitive. Don't ask questions, don't accuse, just maintain calm, steady eye contact, and remain silent. The silence creates psychological tension. The person feels compelled to fill the void, often revealing more than they intended. Eye contact communicates confidence and control without hostility. This isn't about intimidation. It's about creating a mirror that forces the other person to confront their own story. Many skilled interrogators and negotiators use this method because it exploits a fundamental human discomfort: the inability to lie comfortably under scrutiny without verbal reinforcement. 5. Maintain eye contact for 15 seconds to build connection. Eye contact is one of the most underappreciated tools in human interaction. Neuroscientific studies show that maintaining eye contact for as little as 15 seconds can trigger deep emotional responses. It increases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, and creates a sense of intimacy, trust, and even attraction. Think about it. Most casual conversations involve fleeting glances, rarely exceeding a few seconds. When you intentionally hold someone's gaze for 15 seconds, you break the habitual pattern of superficial interaction. It signals confidence, attentiveness, and interest. In romantic contexts, this can subtly foster attraction. In professional contexts, it signals authority and sincerity. The key is to do it naturally, avoid staring aggressively, and combine it with a calm, open demeanor. 6. Stand still and remain silent. When someone yells at you, conflict is inevitable, but your reaction defines the outcome. When someone is yelling at you, most instinctively respond with defense, argument, or retaliation. But psychologically, the most powerful move is often complete stillness. Stand firm, look them in the eyes, and remain silent. This tactic works because humans are conditioned to respond to movement, noise, and resistance. By refusing to react, you disrupt the expected pattern, creating cognitive dissonance. The person yelling experiences confusion and tension. They've lost their usual control mechanism over your response. In many cases, the aggressor stops talking simply because the expected dynamic is broken. This move doesn't escalate conflict. It neutralizes it without aggression. Scion, demonstrating emotional control and composure. 7. Preface. Requests with, "I know you won't agree." Here's a counterintuitive communication strategy. Before asking someone for a favor or making a request, say, "I know you won't agree, but," or, "I understand if you can't, but." Why does this work? Because humans naturally resist being manipulated. When you preemptively acknowledge potential disagreement, you reduce defensiveness. The person's brain perceives honesty and humility, which lowers psychological resistance. Suddenly, the obvious refusal is less satisfying, and compliance becomes more likely. This simple linguistic tweak can dramatically increase your persuasive power in negotiations, sales, and everyday interactions. Putting it all together. Mastering these psychological moves is not about manipulation. It's about understanding human behavior deeply, respecting boundaries, and using insight ethically. Each move teaches a lesson in empathy. Observation and control over social dynamics. Humor opens hearts. Subtle attention and body language build connection. Recognizing wisdom in struggle fosters understanding. Silence and eye contact reveal truth. Sustained gaze strengthens trust and intimacy. Emotional composure diffuses conflict. Strategic phrasing increases influence. By practicing these techniques thoughtfully, you don't just become more persuasive, you become more attuned to the hidden currents of human interact. Ion. People respond to authenticity, confidence, and emotional intelligence far more than any overt effort to influence them. The more you integrate these moves naturally into your life, the more effortless your social interactions become. Remember, psychology is not a weapon. It's a tool. It helps you navigate relationships, resolve conflicts, and connect with others more meaningfully. The real mastery comes not in tricking people, but in understanding yourself and others. With practice, these 7 moves can help you communicate more honestly, relate more deeply, and navigate life's social currents with confidence and grace. Conclusion. The human mind is complex, but it follows patterns. Subtle shifts in behavior, whether a well-timed joke, a moment of silence, or steady eye contact, can have a profound impact on your relationships. By studying these psychological moves and applying them thoughtfully, you gain more than influence. You gain clarity in understanding people and yourself. So, the next time you want someone to open up, win their trust, or navigate a tense conversation, remember these 7 moves. Practice them, refine them, and watch as your interactions transform, not through manipulation, but through insight, empathy, and the timeless power of understanding human psychology. If you consider yourself a genius, then write a word that starts with S and ends with D.